Nope, doesn't look like it. So, much like my therapist had strongly suggested that I don't do, I guess I'm going to start this off talking to myself. So, here we go. Good morning, guys and gals, and welcome to Morning Coffee and Chat. Man, I'll tell you what, I, every time that I schedule a morning stream, I just, I hope and I pray that something positive happened in the last 7 days that, I could come on here and I could be happy about. I guess the only positive for the week is I'll be going away on uh, Wednesday before Thanksgiving and taking the 3 hour trip south to my sister's place and spending Thanksgiving with my sister and her husband and my mom and dad and my oldest son and his family and whoever else shows up. Um, don't quite know how I'm going to do it, but since the wife has to work on Thanksgiving to get Christmas off, we're not going to be doing a Thanksgiving thing on Thanksgiving anyway. They're probably going to do it the day after when she's off. Um, but I'm going to go down there. My sister wants to spend time together as a family, which I think is a good idea. I mean, we're not getting any younger. There are fewer days ahead than there are behind when it comes to spending time with mom and dad. We hope that they make it to their, mid to late 90s like their parents did, but they don't. I mean, it's got to the point now where mom has to do all the ladder climbing and stuff like that. They're putting up their Christmas decorations before they come to Indiana, so they don't have to worry about it when they get back. So I guess that's a positive. Let me see here. We got somebody else in here now, but they're just kind of lurking in the shadows. That's okay. We like lurking. We do it on occasion, so let me see what else. Still building up the other channel, the Paranormal Papa Investigations channel. Getting it out on TikTok, getting it out on Instagram, trying to getting it out on Facebook, trying to stay busy. Being forced to retire, waiting on all this disability crap that could take months and months and months. Trying to get these channels built up so we can get monetized. And so I mean, it don't do very good getting monetized when you don't get enough views to even make a paycheck for a month. So did want to touch on that though. I did find out through my research. I have a lot of hours to sit in this chair. I was actually in this chair for about 14 hours yesterday. No, 12, yeah, about 14 hours yesterday. And I did find out that the views that you get on these videos, there, that is where your check comes from. But to increase those views, the few people that do view, um, I can't express this enough. Whether it's good or it's bad, hit that thumbs up or that thumbs down, because that interaction taps into the algorithm, and YouTube shares out the videos to more and more and more people based primarily on that interaction, the thumbs ups, the thumbs downs, the comments, and yeah. So don't think just because you're going to go out and make a really super good video that your 75 or 80 or 100 people watch it. You might get a thumbs up or two thumbs up, and everything's good, because it don't work that way. The views definitely are a direct influence on what you make when you're monetized, but it's the thumbs ups, it's the comments, it's the interaction that gets your video shared out to more and more and more people, because very few people realize it, but when your video first premieres on the platform, they only send that video out to a certain number of people, and it's that way for the first 2 hours. The next 2 hours, if the interaction is good with the video the first 2 hours, the next 2 hours they send it out to a larger group of people, and the next 2 hours they send it out to a larger group of people. It actually takes a little over 12 hours to actually get your video out um, on the platform where just anybody can watch it. We got some peeps in here. Let me see here. Let me scoot in here where I can actually see, blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. Zylod 1. Shalom. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Holton. Hope you're doing good. I quite honestly didn't know if I was just going to be sitting here talking to myself all morning long. That first 5 minutes or so, when I'm staring in the camera, and I'm looking at my skull, and I'm looking at the Viking helm, and I'm trying not to look at myself, because this is not something anyone wants to see first thing in the morning, and that includes me, which is why I go into the bathroom first thing in the morning, brush my hair with the lights out, and then put on my stocking cap. No one wants to see this. For the wife even wakes up facing the opposite direction. The cat runs and hides. The kid sits in the corner and whimpers at what that horrible, disgusting thing is walking towards her to give her a morning kiss on the forehead. So, oh man. So yeah, I will not be with the wife and daughter and mother-in-law and the granddaughters and stuff like that on Thanksgiving. I will be down in central Indiana with the sister and brother-in-law and mom and dad and son and his family and whoever else, um, whoever else decides to show up. I'd like to get in an investigation while I'm down there because I'll be down there like 3 or 4 days, yeah, 4 or 5 days. So, I'd like to get in an investigation, in my hometown or something like that. But it's really pretty doubtful. Oh, everybody is so quiet. What are we up to? We're up to 4 now. Everybody's so quiet. Why is everybody quiet? It's Monday. It's after 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been pumping caffeine into my system for 3.5 hours. That's probably why I'm so awake. May your coffee be with you. Oh, sorry, getting coffee. Here's your parents' house. Haunted. It's been a long time. Good morning, Sarah, by the way. Um, it's been a long time since I've been down to the house in Tennessee. Where's my lines at? I'm getting disturbed here. There we go. Um, it's been a long time since I've been down there. I seem to remember um, hearing things at night when I laid there, or when I go out the back door onto the back deck, seeing things out in the pasture. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it haunted. I don't know if it would be an intelligent haunting or residual. They are on a historic Civil War path in between Nashville and Chattanooga. So there's every possibility. I mean, there were skirmishes and stuff out around their way. Of course, Crossville, Tennessee has got an old. Well, it's not there anymore. It's actually the ground where an old fort was, or an old compound. So I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't get to communicate with very many um, paranormal investigators from down in East Central Tennessee, so I really honestly uh, don't know what's active down there or where is active or anything else. Um, Drinking coffee. I'm back. Okay, welcome back, Mr. Ty. Who's the difference in an intelligent and a residual? Oh, what's the difference? Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good. The difference between an intelligent haunting and a residual haunting. Um, Easiest way to explain this. Um, you get these reports of stairs creaking every night. Um, no poltergeist activity, nothing really getting moved. You might see a spirit coming down the stairs or see a spirit going upstairs, or, when you get into a certain room up there, you might see a spirit looking out the window. But when you try to communicate with them or something like that, they don't alter this set course. Um, it's just basically the same activities every time you see them. Um, think of that as a reflection of activity when they were alive. They were traveling up and down those stairs. They were looking out at their crops or out at the animals or whatever out their window. But when you try to communicate with them, there's nothing there. An intelligent haunting is one where you can ask questions, get EVPs off of them, get touched. Um, y it's a spirit that's still active there. That would be your biggest difference between an intelligent haunting and a residual. Residual is a reflection, basically, of the what they done on a daily basis or whatever during their living years. And an intelligent is a spirit that's still active at that location. Um, I am. Last night I went to a trade show, all Funko Pops, no more, $150. Dude, I love my Funko Pops, don't get me wrong. I love my Funko Pops like crazy. You know, my Ghostbuster Funko Pops and my Star Trek or my Star Wars Funko Pops, things like that. But I would never pay $150 for something like that. You are a crazy dude. And that's probably why I like you so much. There's just too many other things I need to worry about. Updating my equipment, my paranormal equipment, updating my equipment in here. You know, stuff for my my Viking kit. Um, a new tent. Uh, just too many. Someplace I can actually sleep out of the weather when I'm off doing my events. And I think 2026, I'm going to be trying to get a new event started just a little bit north of here in a town called Bangor, Michigan. Their their high school mascot is a Viking. So, I might be contacting them in the spring about trying to get some kind of a Viking something started. Uh, well, also because Bangor has got